I'm on a holodeck in nature, and I just heard that Kirk in this episode acted with no Federation approval. Intrigued? Watch this review. Find out what happens. I'm inside and I saw Star Trek the original series, The Enterprise Incident. It is directed by John Meredith Lucas, written by DC Fontana, and if you haven't seen this episode, I will spoil it for you. This episode starts with we're following Kirk, and he's just going straight through the neutral zone with the Klingon, and you know, he's just doing it. Spock's like, I noticed that you didn't get any Federation orders to do this. And he's like, correct. He's like, all smug and proud of himself. Everyone else is like, what's going on? I'm like, what's going on? This has to be some sort of bit. He's so upstanding. He respects authority so much that he's not the type of person to do this on a whim. So immediately I'm confused. I like how Scotty has a big mouth on him. He's like, he's doing it against Federation order. There was no order at all placed. But this speculation comes later. In the moment though, Kirk is delivering this order. Don't at all steer away from this course. We're gonna go straight through. And straight through the neutral zone they go. And then they enter Klingon territory, and guess what? There's a Klingon ship. That's weird. Oh, but they're not attacking. Guess what? It's a Romulan ship disguised as a Klingon ship. It turns out that they have this new fancy technology that nobody in the universe and the galaxy at all, they don't have this cloaking device. You can change what you look like on a whim. Kirk seems to have known this. I like how he pretends to be like, oh, I didn't know they had this device. But the way he's acting, and I like William Shatner as an actor because he's able to deliver the nuance of Kirk. He's like, oh, I didn't know there was a cloaking device. But you could tell that he knew. So he's going straight for this cloaking device. Federation did not give any order to this. And as the episode goes further and further along, I like how everybody in high chain of command, McCoy, people on the bridge, Spock especially, Scotty, like I mentioned earlier, he's very mouthy. He's just got a mouth on him, that's Scotty. And that's what I like about him. He's great. They're like, wait, you caused us to be in this situation, this dangerous situation where now you are forced to give up your ship, but actually let's have an exchange of hostages. And Kirk's like, all right, I'll do your demands. Looks like I got myself in a sticky situation. The entire time, there's been hints dropped that Kirk is probably exhausted. The ship hasn't had a break. He's been commanding for weeks now, and no break whatsoever, so he's a little agitated at people. And so I like this because Spock is talking to the Romulans. And the Romulans are like, what are you here for? What's your thing? Why are you here? And Spock, beautiful Spock, has to be the most logical person because he disagrees with Kirk's decision. He's like, I'll tell you what's up. James T. Kirk hasn't had enough sleep. He's been doing this for way too long, okay? And Kirk's like, you traitor! Oh, you traitor! And I'm like, oh my goodness. Oh jeez. But Spock and this Romulan, they kind of cozy up together in this episode. There's a chick, Romulan, and Spock is here, and he's talking to her. She's asking questions. Hey, why have you not gotten yourself a ship to command yet? Spock, I like his answer. Well, I do not wish to have one. Only in very rare instances do I have to be in command. And I like this because in previous episodes, in previous seasons, this idea of Spock being in command has been touched upon. If you want to check out my previous reviews, there's a bunch of episodes, just go look at them. I don't remember which episodes. But I remember this one specific episode. Spock has to command all these survivors on a ship, and he's not making the most human decisions that would make most sense if he had a human intuition. He kind of has it, but he doesn't rely on it. He instead relies heavily on logical thinking. So this will have a tendency to rub the wrong way with the crew. And that's why I think he's not the best leader, but specifically Kirk is, because he has human intuition and guts, and also can understand which information to take from on any given person working in the ship. He can just get their expertise and he'll decide whether this is applicable or not, whether they'll listen to them or not. Kirk has that skill. Spock has that skill. He'll listen to people, but he doesn't have the intuition part that makes Kirk such a great leader. So I like this. I like this conversation that this Romulan and Spock are having. This Romulan, though, she's like, I'll make you command several more ships if you just join our side. And it seems like Spock is genuinely deciding this, just for a little moment though. Part of me is like, he's got ultimate loyalty to the Federation. I don't think he's going to betray them, but I think he is playing a bit. He's like, oh, I am going to consider joining your side. So a lot of things line up in this episode to where Kirk can steal the device, and then they have to beam immediately back up on the Enterprise because their guards are lowered. The Romulans' guards are lowered. And then it's up to Scotty to hook up the cloaking device to the Enterprise with the Romulans on their tail, and they're shooting at him like, bro, you just took our cloaking device. And at the right second, Enterprise goes invisible. This is all a huge bit that Kirk was doing. Nobody at all on the Enterprise knew what was going to happen. There was no communications between the Federation and Kirk because the Romulans would have heard and knew what they were up to. Kirk had this command by higher up in the Federation command line, but like in person. So the Romulans wouldn't know what was happening. But of course, they have one of the Romulans here as they escape, because each of them took 2 hostages, right? And so this Romulan commander, and this is such an epic way to end this episode. Romulan's commander's like, well, we're gonna know how to make a cloaking device against whatever you guys make. And then Spock's like, yeah, military secrets are the most fleeting, because once somebody knows how to do something, then another person will try to do that exact same thing, but better. And I think this is applicable in all of life, actually. Not just military, but product, commerce, YouTube videos, anything really. Once you make an advancement, once you create something new, then somebody else is going to be like, oh, well, that is very successful. What if I create a better version of it, or at least a cheaper version of it, so people will want to choose my product versus their product, you know, something like that. So I like this episode a lot. Overall, I really like this episode. Kirk played me. He played me. And of course, the upper echelons of the Federation were involved. This is awesome. This was great. I thoroughly enjoyed this episode. So much so that I gotta give it a solid 8.8 out of 10. If you like this review, watch another one the platform really likes. If you want a fast track movie review, you can do that for $20 Dinos at patreon.com/ASEPresents. And if you like to help for the daily grindiness of all them daily movie reviews, go to this link tree, find the way you can support the daily grind of all them daily movie reviews, so go here. And until next time, I'm in salad sauce. See you later, my sour croutons and bacon bit. Oh no, I'm drowning. Oh, ow.